Good day everyone! So for today's video, we are going to discuss with you all about the topic entitled the Learner-Centered Psychological Principles. Now let me introduce myself, my group mates, and our assigned topics that we will present in this video. I am Ledesma Irish Jane R. from BSED English 1A. I will discuss the 14 learner-centered psychological principles all about. These are my group mates. First, we have Mr. Kwe Jan Hansen B. He is going to discuss cognitive and metacognitive factors and its principles. Second, we have Mr. Sarabia LCG Matthew B. He is going to discuss motivational and social factors and its three principles. Third, we have Ms. Chavez Ariel Glantz A. She is going to discuss development and social factors and its two principles. And lastly, we have Ms. Muhajiran Fatima Shedro B. She is going to discuss individual differences, factors, and its three principles. And we are the Study Hub 4. So what are you waiting for? Let's start this discussion. Let's start to the 14 learner-centered psychological principles. So this topic was introduced to us by the American Psychological Association or APA in the year 1990. So originally there were 12 learner-centered psychological principles, but after 7 years it was revised and it has now 14 learner-centered principles. So we will go in each principle. So as we go on in our lesson, okay, so why is it named learner-centered psychological principle? It is because the research in searches, theories, and education were integrated to that of the theories in researchers in psychology. So it was made in order to make or to design a new framework and more effective framework in education. So until now, it is integrated because we thought it was observed in the educational system, the teaching and learning process. So learning this one would help you understand better and learning and the nature of learners. So these 14 principles are categorized into 4. First, cognitive and metacognitive factors, and there are 3 principles of it. Second, motivational and affecting factors. There are 3 principles of it. Third, developmental and social factors. There are 2 principles of it. And lastly, individual difference factors. There are 3 principles of it. So now let's have Mr. Kwe Jan Hansen B to present the cognitive and metacognitive factors and its 6 principles.
Today I will discuss with you the 6 factors of cognitive and metacognitive factors. First, we have the nature of learning. The learning of complex subject matter is most effective when it is an intentional process of constructing meaning from information and experience. Nature of the learning process. Learning works best when people actively try to understand and make sense of new information and experiences. Second, we have the goals of learning process. The successful learner, over time and with support of instructional, meaningful, and coherent representation of knowledge. Goals of learning process. Good learners aim to build clear, useful knowledge over time. They need to set personal goals that matter to them and help them learn better and keep learning throughout their lives. Third, we have the construction of knowledge. A successful learner can link information with existing new knowledge in meaningful ways. Construction of knowledge. A good learner connects new information with they already know. This helps them understand things more deeply. Fourth, we have the strategic thinking. The successful learner can create and use repertoire of thinking and reasoning strategies that achieve complex learning goals. Strategic thinking. Successful learners use different thinking and problem-solving strategies to achieve difficult learning goals. They apply these strategies in learning new things, reasoning, solving problems, and understand concepts. Fifth, we have the thinking about thinking. Higher order strategies for selecting and monitoring mental operations facilitate creative and critical thinking. Thinking about thinking using higher level thinking strategies helps learners plan, check their own thoughts. This improves their ability to think creatively and critically. Six, we have the sixth and the last one. Context of thinking. Learning is affected by outside factors like culture, technology, and teaching methods. These factors can change how people understand and learn new things. It's influenced by environmental factors, including culture, technology, and instructional practices. And that are the 6 factors of metacognitive and cognitive factors.
Hi, good day. My name is Alseji Matthew P. Sarabia, and let me talk about my topic, which is the motivational learning on influence. Intrinsic motivation refers to when students are motivated by their own curiosity, interest, or enjoyment of learning, which leads to a greater engagement and persistence in learning. For instance, students with a strong interest in history may explore the subject deeply without needing external incentives. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation involves external influences such as grades, rewards, or praise, while this can prompt students to follow through with the task in the short term. They may not result in lasting, meaningful learning unless paired with intrinsic interest. Emotional influence on learning. First, we have the positive emotions. Emotions such as excitement, interest, and enjoyment can improve cognitive functions like attention, memory, and problem solving. For example, when a student enjoys a subject, they are more likely to remember to use the information effectively. Positive emotions also boost engagement and creativity, promoting more active and open approach to learning. Second, negative emotions. Emotions like anxiety, frustration, or boredom can interfere with learning. Anxiety, for instance, can reduce working memory and cognitive flexibility, making it difficult for students to concentrate and process the information. Teacher can help minimize negative emotions by fostering a supportive atmosphere, providing emotional guidance, and promoting a positive perspective on mistakes and setbacks for the students.
Hi, I'm Eriglance A. Chavez, and I'm the 4th presenter of the Study Hub 4. So here, I will be discussing about the developmental and social factors. To differentiate between them, let's define first what is developmental influences on learning. So developmental influences on learning, as individuals develop, they encounter different opportunities and experience different constraints for learning. Learning is most effective when differential development within and across physical, intellectual, emotional, and social domains is taken into account. In other words, there must be a holistic learning, not only cognitive level of cognitive aspect. So when we say cognitive, means conscious intellectual activity, such as thinking, reasoning, and remembering. So learning must be holistic, meaning students of learners must enhance physical aspirator, intellectual aspect, emotional aspect, and social domains. And the other one is social influences on learning. So learning is influenced by social interactions, interpersonal relations, and communication with others. We are not living alone. We communicate with other people. We communicate with our classmates, with our parents, with our teachers, and with the community. And as we communicate with them, we acquire knowledge. We learn something new with our interaction with others. That's why communication skills is very vital in learning. So that's the influence of social factors to learning.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fatma Shederbin Adjuran from of Study Hub 4. My topic is all about individual differences factors. So the first one is individual difference in learning. The second one is learning and diversity. And the last one is standards and assessment. Individual differences factors. A key to understanding people. The term individual differences factor refers to the unique characteristic, traits, and abilities that make each person distinct from others. It's a broad concept encompassing various aspects that influence how individuals think, feel, and behave. The first is individual differences in learning. Individual differences in learning refer to the unique ways each student perceives, processes, and retains information. Just as we have unique fingerprints, we also have unique learning styles, strengths, and challenges. Understanding these differences is crucial for creating effective and exclusive learning environment. So the second one is learning and diversity. Learning in diversity is a powerful concept that embraces the richness and value of different backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences within a learning environment. It's about fostering exclusivity, celebrating differences, and recognizing the unique strengths each individual brings to the table. The last one is standard and assessment. Standard and assessment are two interconnected concepts that play a crucial role in shaping learning process and ensuring students achieve their full potential. Standards. Standards are benchmarks or expectations that define what students should know and be able to do at specific grade levels or stage of their education. They provide a framework for curriculum development, instruction, and assessment. Assessment is the process of gathering information about student learning to understand their progress, identify areas for improvement, and make informed decisions about instruction.
So we done exploring about the learner-centered psychological principles. So this topic is very essential framework for creating effective and impactful learning experiences by putting the learner at the center of the learning process. Educators can better understand and meet the individual needs of their students. These principles emphasize the importance of motivation, engagement, and active participation in learning, ultimately leading to greater learning outcomes. By incorporating these principles into our teaching practices, we can create a more student-centered and inclusive learning environment that support the growth and development of all learners. Thank you for joining us as we explored the learner-centered psychological principles, and we hope you can apply these valuable insights to your own educational endeavors. That's all, and thank you for watching.